Hello everybody, welcome back to F1 Manager 2022, where we are carrying on the Aston Martin save after being the Constructors and the Drivers' Champion. Charles Leclerc winning the Drivers' Championship for us, and the car outperforming everybody immensely. Just unbelievably quick how good and how quick and good our car was. And now we come into Season 4? Season 5? I think it might be Season 5. Changes have happened. Yeah, let's have a look. So first off, the board have lost confidence in us. If we go into that and look at that in a little bit more detail, you can see that our board confidence, the finances, they are happy with race performance. They are delighted with our objectives. They are disappointed in finance because in January, we went £17 million in debt, $17 million in debt, and then in February, we were $7 million in debt, and now we're $1.96 million in debt. So they lost a bit of confidence, but I'm sure we can turn that around. And the reason we went into that much debt is because our new drivers are in. We have Filip Drugovich. Most of the comments were basically give Drugovich a chance in car number 1. So he is in car number 1. Carmen Romero is in car number 2. And Ruth Ashworth is in our reserve driver role. They are both the F2 drivers. So it'll be really interesting to see how we get on and how Filip Drugovich gets on compared to them as well, which I'm excited about. So Drugovich is now an 80 rated overall driver, Carmen Romero at 65 and Ruth Ashworth at 66. We put Carmen Romero in car 2 because she's a year younger than Ruth Ashworth, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on. But yeah, we're here for the Bahrain International Circuit. We can't do any car development because we don't have the money to pay the engineers, so we're literally just going to get straight into the race. So I'll do practice. We'll come back for qualifying to see how the new look Aston Martin duo get on. I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, so we're back for qualifying. 95% confidence for Filip Drugovich and 98% confidence for Carmen Romero, but they are both pretty slow in this car. If practice is anything to go by, qualifying is going to be tough. So I guess we just dive into it and see how we get on, because I'm not so sure this is going to be a successful season. I think we're going to send Romero out straight away because we need to see what sort of pace she has. We're going to get her out on her own and just sort of let her do her thing. She's going to catch up to some other people and hit some traffic, but she's going to set a bit of a marker down for Filip Drugovich and see what. So 130.8. I mean, the car is still very, very rapid, so we're in a good position with the car. We just need drivers to be fast. As Drugovich is starting his fast lap, he's going to have a complete clean track in front of him, which is lovely. And so his time will be a bit more representative. He's not far off. Oh, yeah. George Russell's joined Ferrari. Carlos Sainz is now at Red Bull. Sergio Perez has gone to Mercedes. It's all a mixed grid. It's all a completely mixed grid. But right, so at the moment we have Drugovich 0.4, Romero 0.8. So 4/10 off her teammate. We'll put her back on to these sets of tyres. And we're going to get her out again, I think. We might have to risk. What's Russell doing here? He's just come back in. So let's send her out behind Sonoda. As Drugovich is now back in. Romero is going to be starting a quick lap and hopefully can set a decent time. But as you can see, we've only just got Drugovich in the top 10 at the moment. So it is a little bit interesting to see how we're going to do. So Romero has set a quicker time but is now... Yeah, we're going to have to risk it and give her some new tyres. So let's see. Everyone's going out. Right, so let's go like this. We'll go Drugovich, Romero, Sen, see if we can get some slipstream for people in there as well. But yeah, Romero 15th at the moment. It is looking like driver skill is going to play an effect this year. I sort of feel like we should be on board here as we watch the two Aston Martin drivers go round. So Drugovich following Romero. It's gonna be tough in it this season. It's going to be tough. Our car is quick, but I don't think it's as quick as I think it is. Because obviously it's a whole new season. We haven't had a chance to do any more upgrades on it. So we're just relying on the upgrades we put in last year. Let's wait until they actually start their fast lap. So there we go. Right. Here we go then. So the fast lap, and Filip Drugovich straight away is actually catching up and in with a chance of overtaking his teammate in qualifying, which is a little bit of a concern. Because it's going to be putting Romero under pressure as well, which will make her drive a little bit more defensively, you'd imagine. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this season goes. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, I really like the Bahrain track. But you can see Drugovich is always looking for that little move to try and get inside. But we'll see. We need Romero. We need both drivers into Q3, really. The board want us to win the title again. So, not too sure about that one, as Drugovich has a little wobble coming out of that turn. Is anyone improving? So Magnussen improves. He goes 9th. There's a... Oh no, someone's run wide in Sector 3, which is really going to hurt our times. We don't... Where's Ricciardo? Ricciardo's about to cross the line. Does cross the line, doesn't improve. Hauger doesn't improve. Is that Sector 3 yellow flag going to stop everybody getting a better time? So they're ahead of us. Giovinazzi's going to cross the line in a minute. Is he going to improve? He does improve. Pushes Romero down for now. Oh my god. So Iwasa doesn't improve. Crawford, I imagine, won't improve either. So now it is the two Aston Martin drivers. Romero needs to find 2/10 somewhere. She needs to find 2/10, and she's going to cross the line. Drugovich is there. Romero is going to cross the line, and it is not an improvement, which is quite embarrassing because we gave her new tyres. Okay, she's not bottom. She's 16th. Wow, Carmen Romero has got a lot of work to do. Drugovich up to 12th. Yeah, okay. This is going to be a tough season with Carmen Romero. I'm glad you guys convinced me to put Filip Drugovich in the car. So into Q2. We'll manage Q2 like we always do, but we'll probably do it at a higher speed, to be honest. Because whether Drugovich gets out of this one or not, I do not know. So we'll put him onto those used set of tyres, and we'll send him out just there. He's going to get lots of free track in front of him, which is nice. Won't have anyone punching the air for him, but he will get free track, which means he'll get a good speedy lap in if Gasly gets out of the way, which he did. And Drugovich goes slower than Tsunoda by a second. I guess that'll be tyres, because we are... What is up with K-Mag in that Alfa Romeo? Bloody hell. That is super quick. Super rapido there. I'm not going to send him out again yet. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. We've got to improve. Look, is that Leclerc? McLaren have just picked up Bottas and Leclerc. Wow, okay. That is interesting. Perez and Norris at Mercedes. Piastri and Magnussen at Alfa Romeo. Gasly and Albon at Alpha Tauri still. Giovinazzi and Tsunoda at Alpine. Bloody hell. Yeah, what a weird setup we've got on the grid this year. I guess that's what happens when you release two drivers that came first and second in the championship, right? They get picked up by someone else. So we'll send Filip Drugovich out there. He will be at the back, but he will have enough time to go and set his lap time. And we need a good one, Filip. We need a good one, and he's underway. There was a yellow flag again. But Drugovich desperately needs to improve, and he does, but it's not enough. It's going to be 12th and 16th on the grid. Tough start for Aston Martin. As Oscar Piastri in the Alfa Romeo goes quickest in Q2. And, yeah, that is a disappointing start to our new teammate to Aston Martin. We might get sacked. We might get sacked this year, but I don't really mind. We've won the Constructors, haven't we, already? So it is saying the two-stopper is quicker going soft, medium, soft. But we know that our drivers aren't very good at managing their tyres. So we'll have to play this a little bit by ear. There'll probably be some flags at some point. We do have two sets of mediums as well, which we may utilise a little bit better. Give us a little bit more tyre wear to play with. I think we will go for that for both drivers, actually. We'll go for that. We'll put the mediums on, and then we can change to the softs if we want to. I wonder if we can. 1 second is the best we can do with that one. Okay. Driver options. Push, push, push from the start. because we need to do the best we can. This is going to be really interesting. Right, into the race we go. Right, it's weird not seeing the Aston Martins at the front, but they're not there. They're starting at the back. And we're off. We are off. What can we do? Not a very good start from Drugovic. Romero all the way down the back is being... Oh my god, she's got an awful start. A truly horrendous start as Drugovic is making a dive. I feel like we've just got to focus on Drugovic. He's also lost the position. He's fighting with Yuki Tsunoda. Romero does gain her position back over Daniel Ricciardo, who's now at Williams. This is bonkers, isn't it? This is how far has our car dropped off? This is ridiculous. We didn't put any extra fuel in the car, so we'll have to just make sure we keep an eye on that. But yeah, it does go to show how good the drivers make the car in this game, I guess. We were quickest. We've got the quickest DRS of the. We've got the quickest acceleration, quickest top speed, and quickest DRS speed out of all the cars. But our actual cornering isn't as good as it used to be. I do think we need to develop a new underfloor as soon as possible. But at the moment, Drugovic up to 11th. He has gained 1 spot.
Doing a good job. That's going to help you.
My worry is, what's everyone starting on? Did they? Yeah, everyone started on softs. My concern is that we're going to be in a position where without DRS we're just not going to have any pace. So let's save our tyres for a little bit and see how we get on. Romero is still keeping pace with Giovinazzi. Drugovic not really keeping pace with Charles Leclerc, who will be desperate to get one over his old team. But yeah, we're not in a bad position. We're not in a bad position. So Romero, you can see that Romero's speed down the straights. She does have faster acceleration than that Alpine in front, but just not enough. We'll have to see her racecraft to see if she can actually get a move done. Obviously, she'll develop very quickly as well. She's got very high potential development. But Verstappen back out in front, Sainz, Piastri in third, Russell, Ocon in the double Ferraris, Norris, Bottas, Perez, Magnussen, and Leclerc. Then Drugovic just 1 point or 1 place outside the points at the moment. And Romero sitting down in 16th. So can strategy help us out as well? We'll have to find out. Okay, Drugovic locked up. He's going to be right at the back of the group now. Horrendous. This is what we're going to have problems with as well. Even if we get the fastest car, you can just see he's gone off there. Now he's got to wait for all of the other cars to go past him. And he's back on the track, but 3 seconds behind the Haas of Crawford, which isn't ideal. So now we put all of our eggs into the old Romero basket, who really needs to keep pace and make sure she gets DRS on this lap. So we might have to just push her a little bit just to make sure she gets back into the DRS zone. And because she can't afford to lose this DRS train here. And my worry is she did get DRS. That's good. I was going to say my worry there was that she wouldn't get the DRS. Now Drugovic definitely needs to deploy and get going, because I think he's going to need a change of strategy as well. We're going to have to push his tyres harder to get him back into a DRS train. But Romero is in a DRS train, so hopefully she can hang on and climb a few positions, although I'm not 100% sure. Giovinazzi's got the fastest lap. What is going on in this first race? And then even odder on the next lap, Romero sets the fastest lap. I don't quite know what's going on here. I don't quite know what's going on, but Giovinazzi is battling with Albon in front. Romero is keeping the DRS. Drugovic has now set the fastest lap, which sort of makes sense because he's pushing his ERS and his battery and his tyres. So, and he's closing the gap pretty quickly, but yeah, it's going to be a tough old season, this one. Okay, Ocon has spun on turn 8, which means that Drugovic is no longer at the back, but Drugovic caught up and got, annoyingly, yeah, he got within DRS, and then obviously got held up by Ocon coming back on, I think, because he's now 2 seconds off, which is very, very annoying. Piastri up into second is just absolutely crazy. But Romero's still hanging on in there. We had to give her a quick boost of ERS at some point, but she is still hanging on to Giovinazzi. Let's see how she gets on. It's gonna be an interesting race. Okay, we've had multiple cars crash, but it's only a yellow flag. Not too much is happening. Just see it on the replay here. Valtteri Bottas in the McLaren is involved. And, there's a lock-up from the Alfa Romeo. Bottas hits him. Don't think it's going to be a safety car. Still just saying yellow flag. No safety cars come out. But as you can see, we are getting close to our pit window. But Romero up to 11th. A few people having incidents has helped us out. Drugovic up to 18th now in this DRS train with the cars in front, which is good. And Magnussen has been ordered a penalty. He was doing really well. That's obviously hurt him there. Romero's going to have Bottas hunting her down. But she's keeping pace with the cars in front just. I mean, it's not been easy. But she is keeping pace. And yeah, we'll come in to change tyres pretty soon. Okay, so lots of cars coming into pit. We're pitting the next lap, so hopefully Romero can use this a bit to her advantage. We're going to get her to push and see what we can do. Now, Drugovic is so far behind that he can pit and do similar, to be honest. We can ask them to push a little bit harder because we know they're going to be coming in. Still something happening in Sector 1. It's cleared now, but we're up into 8th at the moment because of all the early pitters pitting up. Somebody else has locked up. Everyone getting used to the new components on their car at the moment. So Russell and Sainz pit. They seem to be on a similar strategy to us. Romero should be coming in. Who else is coming in? 2 cars in front. Romero is into the pits. So where will she come out? Drugovic is not too far behind anymore. So Romero's in. Drugovic is in as well. So the double stack will have to be pretty good here. As Romero comes in. There's a Red Bull there. Romero's in. Quick change onto the mediums. It's a decent stop, but we're held because of traffic, which is very irritating. And then Drugovic is right in behind. He'll have a quick change, and he gets released straight away. So Romero is going to exit pretty low down. Is there anyone that hasn't pitted yet? Okay, quite a lot of people out in front haven't pitted. And we are sort of within a pit stop of them. I wouldn't say it's guaranteed. But, right, now we need to just bring everything back in line and let these guys do their thing on this first set of medium tyres. Okay, so with all the other people that hadn't pitted coming in to do their pit stops, Romero finds herself in the points, but I'm not too sure for how long because she's got Lando Norris in the Mercedes right behind her. Drugovic is up to 14th, but is struggling a little bit. He's in a battle with Perez in the other Mercedes, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But Romero, not doing too bad a job. I'm a bit worried that she's going to lock up her brakes and smash into the back of one of these AlphaTauris. But yeah, we're on the much quicker tyre, so I'm hoping she can make something happen in these sort of zones here. I mean, we're going to come around this final corner into the DRS. We may just have to do a bit of management here to tell her to get out the clean air and see if her tyres do make the difference. Obviously, there is going to be a bit of a DRS train happening at the moment, but I think we don't tell her to get out of clean air because hopefully she's got the pace to get past Alex Albon. She doesn't, but she's up to 9th because Crawford comes into pit. So again, the strategy at the moment appears to be working. It's just we need Romero to keep her car on the course, on the track. So Romero doing a fantastic job. She's overtaken both of the AlphaTauris. We'll see it here. Like down the DRS, she got Albon on the last lap. She's got Gasly on this one. Easy as you like. Thank you very much, Romero. Up definitely into the points. Seven points now. We're actually going to ask her to push just a little bit to see if she can close that gap to Lando Norris in front, which she's already done. She's having a bit of a blinder at the moment. We're asking her to put a bit more pace in. She's got under a bit of pressure from Pierre Gasly down the start-finish straight, but she fends that off as well, which is superb. So, yeah, she's doing a good job, and she's closed the gap to Charles Leclerc in front. I said Lando Norris before, but it's not. It's Charles Leclerc. These medium tyres look like they're doing the job at the moment. Just got to hope that we can keep this going as we go on to the second set of mediums afterwards. Drugovic closing in on Danny Rick. He is on mediums as well, so they'll be on a similar strategy to us. But at the moment, it's not amazing, but it's really not terrible. And she's got Yuki Tsunoda and Charles Leclerc in the same move, and now she is behind. She's 5th behind the fast pack of Sainz, Piastri, Verstappen, and Russell. So she's having a great drive. She's having a really good drive at the moment. I mean, I don't think she's going to make up 14 seconds on the people in front, but she's doing really well, really well, which is absolutely superb. Drugovic still battling down just outside the points. He's struggling to get through this big horde of cars in front, and I've completely negated to change his things back, so he might have to pit a little bit earlier than expected. But yeah, Carmen Romero doing a great job. She is leading this big train, so she'll probably get overtaken through DRS at some point, but not a bad job. Sector 2, something's happening. Somebody locked up in Sector 2. Yellow flag, not a safety car, as we got, you can see all the cars sort of... Oh, it's George Russell out in front. That's going to pull Romero a little bit closer. But yeah, she's doing a good job. Okay, Filip Drugovich defending from Esteban Ocon, but he is just about to come into the pits. You can see he had a bit of a wobble there. And Drugovich comes in. He's got his tyres running a little bit more worn than we would have liked, but we'll get Romero in on the next lap. Romero up into 5th, battling with Charles Leclerc. They keep changing 5th and 6th position. Drugovich obviously pitting early, going for an undercut. We'll see how this gets on. I assume everybody else is going to have to pit again. They are. So Drugovich is going to have to make these tyres last till the end. It's going to be a tough ask, but, you know, we'll see what he can do. Lots of people in front of him have to pit, so it could work out for him really well with this undercut. We'll see. We'll see. But Romero will be pitting soon. He's got his fuel back in line as well, which is good. And yeah, Romero, who is still at the front of this queue, she's just... we'll just double speed this a second because she's quite far from the pits at the moment. Coming through this DRS straight. Leclerc has a little look, doesn't fancy it. Then moves out to try and get the move done on the inside. Does get it done. And we'll just sit nicely in behind Charles Leclerc, the former driver championship with Aston Martin last year. And then it's all a bit of a... Look at that, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Everybody sort of jostling for position, trying to find the perfect overtaking spot. But we know Romero's pitting this lap, so just tuck in behind Charles Leclerc and then get a nice pit entrance. That would be lovely. Charles Leclerc stays out, so we are pitting earlier. Everyone's probably going to finish on the soft tyre, which will give them a bit more pace. But I'm hoping that we can get into a decent position on these mediums. If we get into a decent position on the mediums and then a safety car happens and we go onto the softs anyway, that could work as we need a good stop here. Luckily there's going to be no traffic. We know that much. As okay, we're going to come out. Drugovich is... we're going to come out near our teammate. We're going to come out just in front of our teammate. Okay, so we know both drivers have sort of done their strategy now, and we just need to make sure we get to the end. Neither of them have loads of battery left, but all of our pit stops done. Let's utilise these tyres as best we can and start moving up in our positions, please. Okay, so we've got a handful of people, or 2 people, Gasly, Tsunoda coming in for their final pit stop. We've got both our drivers past Magnussen, which is good, who's sitting at the back. Yeah, lots of dead tyres happening here, and Tsunoda has come out on the medium tyres as well. Okay, so we did just pit a little bit earlier than them, but both our drivers having a little battle in this one. It's going to be pretty interesting. We do need both of them to get a bit of a shimmy on though, and start closing this gap while we've got the new tyres. And make it work. Make it work. Obviously, we were battling Leclerc, so that's where we want to be. When all those guys pit, we want to be ahead of them. Okay, here we go. Lots of people pitting. Leclerc hasn't pit. They've pitted Bottas first. You can see both our drivers having a little battle down the start-finish straight. We should come out in front. Yeah, we've overtaken all of them, which is good. And it's a new fastest lap for Filip Drugovich. And all of these people in front still have to pit. Well, those Sainz has pitted. So yeah, Leclerc, Albon, Perez and Iwasa all still have to pit. And they are still quite far ahead. So it'll be interesting. And there we go. Piastri, Albon, Leclerc, Perez all pit. And we're coming down the start-finish straight. We're going to be in a great position here to get this one done, as they're going to switch which is the lead Aston Martin driver. Drugovich is Romero's going to get past, sorry. And there you go, we've overtaken Leclerc, who still hasn't even left the pit lane. So the undercut looks like it could be good. I assume they're coming out on the soft tyre. I assume they're going to be out on the soft tyre. Let's see if we can see as Leclerc goes past. Yes, they are. So they are going to have more pace. But our medium tyres are definitely still in this as we go. Drugovich really struggling for tyre wear. He's only had them on for 1 lap longer. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we go. 14 laps to go. Up into 5th and 6th, which is a lot higher than I expected. Okay, we have a virtual safety car because multiple cars have crashed. Now, I think we use this opportunity to harvest. We'll ignore. I mean, I don't think it's worth pitting for a virtual safety car. But we are going to use this as an opportunity to just save some tyres. We know there's no overtaking, so got to keep the delta pretty much the same. I'm just thinking, No, what do I want? I want that one. I want reports. I want circuit info, time consideration, versus 20 seconds under VSC, which is still going to put us, yeah, near the back. So we're definitely not going to come in and pit. We'll stay out under this virtual safety car. Oh no, Romero's locked up and gone wide. She was in a superb position in 5th. Oh, and that is going to cost her points. She was leading Drugovic in 5th. Oh, Romero. It was going so well. Push. Deploy your battery. You're going to have to push your tyres. Oh, I can't really afford to push her tyres that much, but she was in such a good position, and I don't think she's going to be able to claim back into the points now. Oh, Romero, 5 laps to go. She was going so well. She was in 5th, quite comfortably, just swapping positions with Drugovic. Oh, one little lock-up has cost her on her debut. Gutting. Okay, so we're just about to start the final lap of this Grand Prix. So we're going to ask Drugovic to do what he can. We're going to push him. We're going to get his battery deployed. We're going to get his tyres pushed. He's still in this with Ocon and Gasly, but
2 to go.
It's just going to be how can he manoeuvre past. We're actually going to bring his fuel back in line. How can he try and manoeuvre past? Ocon's on the soft tyres. Gasly's on the mediums. Oh, we could have had a 5th and 6th. Romero with that spin. Absolute disaster for her. But Filip Drugovic has given it a go. We're going 3 wide after the second DRS zone. But can Filip Drugovic get this done? We'll go on board for him for the last lap and see what he can do, because it's Pierre Gasly holding everyone up at the moment. Defending well. I mean, Sainz, Verstappen and Russell well out in front, and then Piastri also in that group as well. But, yeah, we do need Drugovic potentially to get this done in the next DRS zone. Ocon soft tyres don't look like they're offering too much more pace at the moment. Let's see if Drugovic can get this done. Not a great exit. We're going to ask him to stay in that clean air. We know our DRS is the quickest on the grid, but Ocon just closes the door as he was trying to have a little look as well. And nah, Drugovic couldn't get that done. Couldn't get it through. And I think we're going to have to settle for a 7th place here. Not ideal when we could have had 5th and 6th. It's going to be 7th and 14th unless Romero can get something done. Look, let's get into clean air now. Let's see what we can do. Swing right. That's it. You can have the inside. Don't pull out. Don't pull out. Put your nose in. Put your nose in. No, he's fannied out of it. He's fannied out of it. Is it going to open the door to Lando Norris? Potentially, because he had a really bad exit. Lando Norris is going to take him just before the finish line, and Drugovic is going to get 8th, I think, which is a little bit disappointing. Is this now the last lap? Did I go a lap early? I went a lap early. Oh my word, I've gone a lap early with Drugovic. I've asked him to push too much, but he should be okay. Right, Drugovic, let's go and do it this time then.
That's it.
Do what you can do. As Romero goes up to 13th, so she's still fighting, which is good. That's the better. Stick your nose in. There we go. He's got Norris back. We're on a low fuel range, so we just need to get that back into the green, which is a little bit irritating because I already had it in the green. There we go. Right, stick that onto balance. Oh, he's locked up in front. Gasly's cost himself 6th place, and Drugovic will take advantage. And this is looking very good because we may get Ocon now in this DRS zone. We know our DRS is so powerful. So let's have a look. It was Gasly that locked up. Ocon goes into defensive mode. DRS is open. We're gaining. We're gaining. We're gaining. We're gaining. Round the outside. Go on, Filip Drugovic. Go on. Go on. Stick it in. Really, really accelerate out of these corners. You've got the inside. He's got him. He's up into 5th. He's up into 5th as Romero climbs another spot into 13th. So she's going to be catching Gasly, who's spun out. Ocon. Oh, his pace on the soft tyres have given him more grip. It's going to be a run to the line. Let's go attack on our tyres. See what we can do. We're asking him to push, but Ocon's going to have the DRS and the grip. And although Drugovic to the drag race to the line doesn't quite get it. It's 6th place for Drugovic. A good job for him. I think that's really good. Romero is going to have to settle for 14th after her spin. When we were 5th and 6th, we had that sort of comfort of both drivers being up there. But it didn't work out in the end. And yeah, we just need to get some money in the coffers to start upgrading the car. That is what we need to do. But yeah, not bad for the 2 debutantes. Unlucky for Romero. Drugovic with a decent finish. So Verstappen wins it from Carlos Sainz in a Red Bull 1-2. Russell's Ferrari up into third. Oscar Piastri in the Alfa Romeo fourth. Ocon in fifth for Ferrari. Drugovich up 6 places to sixth. A really good race from him. What other climbs do you have? Tsunoda up 4. We did have Carmen Romero up 2. So at one point she was 5th. So that was up like 11 places, which is crazy. But yeah, it's going to be Red Bull's year, you would imagine, with what we've done with our drivers. But yeah, not a bad first race. So they've lost confidence still. I'm going to suggest that is because of the season objective first. We're below the target. That's fine. Finances, they'll be okay. We're in the profit now. We're in profit, so that will turn around a little bit. It's going to be tough. Board confidence check-in. Sorry from the board, have lost all confidence in your leadership. If things do not improve in the time for the board review in 4 months, we'll have to let you go. It'll be interesting to see how we can do. But right, reduce the chance of running wide or spinning when they do. Braking, improve lap times, causing racing incidents, pull away faster when the lights go out. So accuracy reduces the chance of driver losing time of their car taking damage from running wide. The likelihood of causing lockups and stuff. She's now 66. There we go. So she is getting much, much better, which is good. Ruth Ainsworth also has that as well. So we'll make her a 65. Drugovich doesn't have any points, but not a bad first race. Right, I'm going to do some off camera. We're going to come back because we obviously don't want to do it. I guess 4 months' time will be so March, April, Miami. Let's come back for Spain. I don't know if we'll still be in a job in Canada. We might be, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Let's come back for Barcelona. We'll come back for Barcelona because that's a decent circuit to race at. So, right. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.